Hello, people of the internet who have decided to click this video. Today we'll be speaking about personally, what I would say is one of the best seasons of Fortnite, Season X. Now, that's saying that I've probably already had 5 riots down the street. But and to begin with, we'll be speaking about the mechs and how they truly aren't the worst thing in Fortnite. Because it's not even the worst vehicle in Fortnite. We had the shopping trolley, which could glitch the game out, kill every player in the lobby. Nobody complained. It's about that much. We had the planes, which people did complain about, but they were way more overpowered than the mech because the planes, you could have an entire squad on it. The mechs, in comparison, they weren't that bad. They were a bit OP, but they got nerfed, and in the end, they weren't the worst. So that was the mechs. The mechs aren't the worst vehicle. Whilst they were bad, they're not the worst. So that's basically what I had to say on the mechs. And then the next point that's coming up here is going to be the challenges, and how the challenges of Season X, I believe, were actually predecessors to the current legendary challenges. For the one simple fact, they're a week long. Those Season X challenges, which were a week long, and they gave you loading screens. They gave you like the weekly challenge loading screens, And then now we have the legendary challenge, which gives you the most XP. And I believe that these were the exact same. They saw the old challenges and decided, let's bring that back here. Sorry for going a bit over, but I just had to get that point out. And So the next thing, rift zones. There's quite a few of the rift zones. We could agree that there's quite a lot of rift zones. I believe they brought quite a lot of uniqueness to the map. We had the rift zones of we had Tilted Town where you could not build, which brought such uniqueness. So nowhere else in Fortnite could you ever see no builds. It was something unique, innovative. Like I was saying in the last video about mini battle royales. We next had Retail Row with the new zombies. Well, not new zombies, the cube monsters, but it was just retail. It felt enclosed. It felt okay. It's like how the henchmen were, except from the marauders and the Stark bots, and it was like enclosed area. It was pretty cool. The zombies were annoying, but it was cool to see them in such an enclosed area. The next rift zone wasn't really a rift zone, but it did use the rift zone part, which was the stadium. The stadium disappeared, left a crater, but in the crater we got glitched food items, which were just incredible for the gameplay, the experience. It just felt right because it just something really new. We have not seen it since. We've not seen anything like it since. We've seen food items, but nothing that could give you several different food items in a single turn. We could pick what food item we wanted to eat from that one spot. Next was Pandora. Pandora just gave you new textures, and we had some challenges. It wasn't the biggest thing, but it was a crossover event. They can't do much with it, And then we had the Kevin Floating Island that came back, went across the map. It was quite cool. And that we got Kevin back. Then we had Moisty Palms, which had the prop ability, which was as well pretty cool. It was basically the new props that you can buy from NPCs, but you had the special part of having it in one area, so it didn't feel impossible to play, because you didn't just have people running across the map in prop disguise. Nah, you just had them in that one area, so the game was still fun. Then we also had Greasy Grove with the taco time. Gotta admit, that was a pretty bad one. Like Taco Time just stopped you from fighting, which was annoying. Then we had like Gotham. Next up was Gotham with Glider Reader, yeah. The Glider Reader Plus, they were just incredible for the game. And honestly, I'm upset they removed them. But at least we got them back in Gotham City with all the Batman stuff. And the prop zones overall, they brought something new to the table every time. Oh yeah, Starry Suburbs, forgot about that. We also had Starry. We need to bring them up quickly. Starry Suburbs, we got was the old ruined castle location, it, which gave us falling stars with items inside of them, which is just it was an incredible idea. It was amazing how, and like all the rest zones, whilst they were some of them could get pretty annoying. It was so new, so cool. It was just an amazing idea overall for the rest zones, even if a couple of them were blunders. It was an overall incredible thing, and yeah, we also had some other things. Yeah, we also had the fact that we had weekly updates. The weekly updates were amazing, and it's something that Fortnite can't really keep up with it anymore. Like we had in like season 3, chapter 2 as well with the waterfall, but in this season we had weekly updates all the time. We had like something new every time. It was such fun. We got like the rift zones or something changed every week, including like the new items, which were like we had the automatic sniper rifle, we had the junk rift, which was the most underrated item in my opinion. Well, no, second most underrated. There's another one. Well, you could just throw the junk rift, and you got mats. You could get in a limb. You could destroy build. It was such a versatile object. It was amazing for the battle royale. We also had the shield bubble, which that wasn't that good, and yeah, definitely too overrated because, well, it wasn't that helpful. It just made a shield, like with combined with the drift balls from season 7, they could move around, but apart from that, you couldn't move them. It was pretty bad. And but the second last item, the Zapper Trap, which was the most underrated. It's an electric trap. But you could throw it down wherever you wanted. It and it got you out in a pinch. Did some damage. It was an amazing trap, and I don't understand why people don't use it more really. And then last item from the season was the Batman items, which just an explosive batarang and Batman grappler, which they were pretty fun to play with, and we didn't have them for too long. And then there was one more item which was just an upgrade to a pre-existing item, the Golden Tac SMG, which was overused by the sweats, but it was still good for the non-sweats who just wanted a new, stronger gun. Yeah, no, there was something else. There's a couple other things. We have the throwbacks to the previous seasons. We had Polar Peak Towers with toilets from the Flush Factory, which was just an amazing throwback because that's where it was destroyed. And we have other things like that, such as the golf clubs over at Laser Lagoon. We had the driving theatre sign at Honey Steps. We had so much. Obviously we had Dusty Depot and the Meteor. We also had Kevin Memorial Stones up where he was made and where he died. It was just like amazing to just show what we've had and just see where we've come to now, as well as some throwback skins such as Catalyst, Ultimate, meant to represent previous skins. But they weren't the only cosmetics in the season. There were some amazing cosmetics this season, such as the Rift Rock Bat Bling, the Crystal Skin, Red Streak. We had the Food Fight Team emotes, Oppressor. We had Affinity. We also had the Scientist skin, which was so big in the Fortnite storyline, because well, one of the 7. The 7 are still important today in the current storyline with IO. This this season brought such big storyline. Like, it brought so much to the storyline because of how it introduced another member of the Seven. Well, two members of the Seven, even. But the other member of the Seven you could only buy one time just before the end event, which was a pretty good event, to be honest. It had the rockets, destroyed the 0 point, and yeah, it even had a good build up with the 6 visitor tapes, which were fun to collect, and it gave you a nice style to the scientist, so you could choose colour. Whilst it sounds racist, but no, it's not. It's just, do you want to be in something a bit more flashy or not, which was pretty cool. Yeah, there was also some other things which they brought out, including the original alien skin, which we could see in the season 7 chapter 2 trailer, who was happy about the aliens showing up, and we also had the Naruto run emote, and who doesn't like the Naruto run emote. So yeah, actually there was so much great stuff from that season, and it's hated upon so much just for its few blunders, such as how overpowered the mechs were, and just a few other things. Well, it really doesn't deserve the hate it gets, because it wasn't that bad of a season. It was a good season, just with a few bad things. But every season has a few bad things. Season 7 had the planes, and we had such terrible items in most seasons. We can't really blame Season X just on the mechs. We should base it off everything that it gave us. And because of everything it gave us, I would call this one of the best seasons Fortnite has ever created. That's the video. If you enjoyed it, do whatever you want, but I'd say subscribe at this point. It's a cool idea, maybe. And yeah, come back to the next video if you wanna. And goodbye.